So we've done the first exercise, which was your lifeline. The second exercise were the triggers. There's both the emotional triggers and the food triggers. And now we're going to look at the excuses. That's the excuses you tell yourself and the excuses that you tell everybody else. So I know many people say, I'm not like those people, or you may feel that you're special and different and the rules don't apply to yourselves. But if you are a food addict, you will try to convince yourself that you're different. It's quite a hectic label to carry. The word addict is quite a heavy word. That's that the problem is not that serious. Well, let me give you an example. I've got a client who, when I asked her what her physical consequences were, she said obviously the size of herself. She's got sore joints. She sweats profusely, and and she's tired. She's physically tired. I then asked her what would the doctor say about her physical consequences. She's on high blood pressure tablets. She's pre-diabetic. She's on antidepressants, and I think she's on blood thinning tablets. So those are all physical consequences of overeating. And if she had to change her lifestyle and take control of her nutritional plan, she would be able to get all those substances out of her system. But those are also financial consequences, if you have a look at that. So, and then we looked at the emotional consequences, and that's obviously the depression and the anxiety that she suffers from. So that's often how we shift people out of their denial, is having a look at all the consequences that they've had. You would like to believe that your life is just fine. You're telling yourself that if you decide to take diet pills, then all the things I've been speaking about won't happen to you. But I'm afraid that's a quick fix to a lifelong journey that needs to be addressed in a very different way. So the denial protects you from your own truth. It protects you from events or truths that are too painful to deal with. The excuses you may have told your family, and common denial occurs when someone tells a conscious lie. For example, I ate the rest of the ice cream in the freezer, and then I told someone in my family that I was not the person who ate it. So in the reality, you're only lying to yourself, but attached to that is the shame and the guilt. In this workbook that you've downloaded, there's an incredible testimony by one of my clients, and she's called it the fat suit of shame. And that it is the most unbelievable read. There's so much shame and guilt attached to overeating. So when I say excuses, I want you to have a look at the excuses that you make to relatives, to people at work, to your spouses, to friends, all the excuses that you can think of. Write them down. I know, and the journal is only for you, so nobody else is going to see it. Write those excuses down. And then you may do the blaming thing. So the blaming thing is, you may say that your eating is your spouse's fault, or because you had a bad day at work, or because your kids have made you angry, or whatever it is. You will use the external excuse for why you're consuming your food. So generally your circumstances. So you acknowledge that there's a problem, but you blame it on someone or something else. Your next exercise is the big lie landfill. This is where you're going to unpack all your untruths that you've told yourself and to others. So part of saying goodbye to your addiction is, seriously, it's like losing a loved one. So you go through all the emotions of loss that you would if you had to lose someone. And the first one being anger and depression and blaming and bargaining, and then eventually acceptance. So saying goodbye to your substance, as I said, it's a real loss, and it's like losing someone. But in this exercise, I want you to list in your journal all the people that you've offended, all the people that you've turned away, or that you've lost as a result of your overeating. And in recovery, I would encourage you to choose safe people, the people that accept you, the people that understand you, and the people that support your journey of recovery, because there are others out there who, you generally stick with people who do the same stuff as you. So if you're overeating and you want to go and have a big slice of chocolate cake, or you want to go for takeaways, etc., you're going to choose people who do the same thing as you do. So I encourage you to choose safe people that have healthier habits and that will support your journey. In your journal, I want you to write down all the excuses or the regular lies you've told to protect your addiction from others. And then write down other things that you may have lost. So, for example, I have clients who feel they haven't been accepted for jobs because of their size. So it could be job opportunities. For team selection in other sports. Part of the big lie landfill is I want you to think about all the secrets that you have in your life. And they say in recovery that secrets keep you sick. And I think that's very true. So what I'd like you to do is in your journal, you've already gone through your excuses. You've put down the things that you've lied about and etc. etc. Now I would take a separate piece of paper now and write down all your secrets. The secrets that only you know and you're the only one that'll see them. Once you've done that, take that piece of paper and when you're ready, light a little fire and let those secrets go. Throw them into the fire and let those secrets go.